As the world mourns the sudden passing of Kim Sae Ron, one of South Korea's most talented child actors, the release of the MV A World Without Pain, from her final film Guitar Man, has become an unexpectedly poignant farewell. Beneath its emotional imagery and humane message, however, lies a deeper question: the crushing weight of fame, the abandonment by the public, and the painful cost of brilliance. A gaze of an artist, a whisper of goodbye. The MV for A World Without Pain is not just a promotional music video, it is a cinematic elegy. In just over 4 minutes, viewers witness not only Kim Sae Ron acting, but seemingly living, hurting, and glowing, as if this were her last performance meant for the world to see. She's no longer just playing Shin Yoo Jin, a keyboardist in an underground band, she becomes a vessel for emotion, a fragile flame on screen. There are no explicit statements in the MV that this is the end, but viewers feel it. Director Lee Sun Jung, who also wrote and performed the soundtrack, opts for understated visuals and authentic emotion instead of tears and melodrama. The MV doesn't ask us to mourn, it asks us to honor a soul that fractured under too much weight. Guitar Man, a final role, a painful parallel. Guitar Man tells the story of an anonymous guitarist who joins an underground band, a character that strangely mirrors Kim Sae Ron's own fate, once bright and celebrated, then fading in silence and misunderstanding. Playing the band's keyboardist, Kim delivers a delicate, emotionally rich performance that is even more heartbreaking knowing this would be her last. The film was completed in November, just months before Kim was found dead in her apartment on February 16 at the age of 25. The synchronicity between the film's narrative and her real-life tragedy turns Guitar Man into a monument of grief and reflection, not just a movie, but a mirror reflecting how South Korea's entertainment system nurtures, exploits, and often forgets its prodigies. The trap of early stardom in Korean entertainment. Kim Sae Ron made her debut at just 9 years old in a brand new life, quickly becoming a household name. But she is not alone. South Korea is known for producing dozens of famous child actors and idols, yet only a handful survived the transition to adulthood with both their careers and well-being intact. From the man from nowhere to a girl at my door, Kim displayed a rare maturity in her acting. But the pressure to be adult while still a child, the public's relentless expectations, and the ruthless competition within K entertainment all contribute to a system that burns out its brightest talents. Scandal, romance, and devoid of compassion. Following her death, media coverage quickly turned chaotic. Her family accused actor Kim Soo Yoon of having dated Kim from the time she was underage, and of demanding repayment while she was financially struggling. In response, Kim Soo Yoon admitted to dating her from mid-2019 to late 2020, but denied all other accusations, even filing a defamation lawsuit seeking 12 billion won in damages. What could have been a dignified tribute to a young artist instead spiraled into a media circus. The public was split, some mourned, some judged, and others became weary of what they saw as scandal-mongering. The worst part? Kim Sae Ron, the central figure, was no longer here to tell her side of the story. A legacy of art, a cultural warning. Guitar Man may not be a blockbuster, but it is a landmark, a cinematic eulogy that doubles as a cultural alarm bell. It marks the end of Kim Sae Ron's journey, but also forces us to confront the structural flaws in how South Korea cultivates and discards talent. Her death, like that of Lee, Jung Hyun, and others, is not merely a personal tragedy, but a symptom of an industry that glorifies vulnerability without providing protection. Director Lee Sun Jung said, "I hoped she would make a grand return. Now, I just hope she's happy in a world without pain." But where is that world, when this one, the same world that cheered her on, also crushed her? Epilogue, is a world without pain real? The MV A World Without Pain is now going viral, watched by millions. Some cry. Some apologize. Some write regretful eulogies. But the more urgent question is this: if Kim Sae Ron were still alive, would we have seen her at all, truly seen her, the way we claim to now? A world without pain may be a fantasy. But rethinking how we treat our young artists, those who make the world brighter with just a smile, is something this world can, and must, do.